Hi, welcome to Luxury in Moderation, where we appreciate the finer things in life without going overboard. If you're new here, my name's Joanne, and every week I upload videos on luxury handbags and other luxury lifestyle products to hopefully give you some really good tips, or if you're just curious about these topics. So if you like what you hear, remember to subscribe below, and I can't wait to be on this luxury journey with you. So now that it's the end of the year, I thought that it would be a great idea to update you guys on how some of the items in my collection have been wearing and tearing throughout the whole year. We'll talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, and the absolutely unacceptable. I did have to return something that I purchased earlier this year, so let's jump into it. So the very first thing I want to talk about are my Hermes wedges. So I unboxed these in my shoe haul earlier this year, and they're my very first pair of Hermes shoes, and I think it was also my very first purchase from Hermes ever. So I was really excited to wear these and just try them out. When I tried them on in the store, they were very comfortable, but you know, that was only for a couple minutes, so I really wanted to test them out and then see if they were worth the money. So you can see I have worn them a bit, so just a couple times. And again, the leather is very soft, but the only thing I wanted to mention about these shoes is that with the ankle strap here, it does help with stability, but it also makes driving a little bit difficult just because obviously when your foot is on the pedal, it has to like bend at an angle a little bit to, you know, actually press the brake or the gas pedal. And with this strap, like any other strap on any other shoe, it's just a little bit restricting. And there are different options here for where you want the pin buckle to go through. And I found that on one of the buckles, it's like a little bit loose, but on the next buckle, it's like a little bit too tight. So basically, there's not like a perfect buckle size that goes around my ankle. And that's just the fact that everyone has different size ankles. So that's the only thing I wanted to caution you guys about. Otherwise, it is a very sturdy shoe, very comfortable to walk in. I definitely want to test it out more for longer walks. So very satisfied with these so far. So the next item I wanted to mention is actually the one that I don't have anymore, and that would be the AGL loafers that I also unboxed in that same shoe haul video. So basically in that video I mentioned that they were my second pair of AGL shoes from Nordstrom, and I had heard that it was really great quality. I think it's like an Italian shoe company, so it's supposed to be very comfortable. But my first pair of ballet flats from AGL did have like the sole piece come off very quickly, and I thought it was just a fluke. But basically I tried to wear the AGL loafers just one time, and the same thing happened where the piece of like leather, like the tan leather that covers the sole, what just came off on my feet, and it was just not glued down or something. So I thought for the price that I bought those shoes at, which was I think $150, it was just not worth it. And I'm probably done buying AGL shoes just because, you know, it's starting to be a pattern now. It's not just a fluke on one shoe, but it seems to be like their sole piece just, you know, isn't put on properly, and I just don't want to deal with that. And I was kind of on the fence about the style anyways, so that shoe went back to Nordstrom. Again, they have a really good return policy, so they were happy to accept that return even though I had already worn it. So okay, so let's get into some bag updates. So the very first bag that I want to talk about is this Valentino Rockstud tote that I purchased earlier this year, basically as a work bag, because the tote that I was using before wasn't quite big enough to hold my laptop and everything else that I wanted to bring to work. And with the whole situation this year, I was having to, you know, bring my laptop back and forth a lot more. Usually I leave my laptop just at work because I'm going back the next day. But, then I had to work from home a lot more this year, so I just needed a bigger bag. So this was the very first Valentino bag I've ever had. I have Valentino shoes before, but I just didn't know about the leather quality for such a huge piece of leather. And I am very, very pleasantly surprised. You can see that, there's not a lot of like wrinkles or anything like that, even though I've used it pretty consistently since I've purchased it. You can see right now I do have it full with my laptop, my water bottle, everything I need for work. So it is quite heavy, but the straps are sewed on pretty well. I think the quality of that craftsmanship is really great. And there doesn't seem to be any like marks or scratches on it at all, so I'm very pleased with that. I actually did spill some oil on the inside one time just coming home from work, and there was some food in my bag, and it did get on the suede that's on the inside, but it doesn't look too bad, and it's like a little bit dark, but basically it's on the inside and it doesn't bother me at all. I was a little bit worried about this creasing that you can see right here. Like if I'm not supporting it, I do have a bag organizer that fits in the bottom here, and then you can see that the leather kind of just flops down where there's no support. So I'm a little bit worried that it like might wrinkle a lot more or kind of like stay in this shape or basically deform because how slouchy it's getting a little bit where it doesn't have the support over the long haul. But I think it's holding up pretty well, and like I said, when I just hold it up, the creases kind of go away. So I don't think it will permanently like disfigure the bag at all or anything. So yeah, very happy with that. So the next bag I want to give you guys an update on is my Chanel Jumbo in this very, very light cream color. So this one's a little bit more heartbreaking to me. I had purchased this bag in February, and it's my second Chanel bag. I love the light color of it. I did want something in a lighter piece. But it was also my first experience having a bag in such a light color. So basically, I immediately sprayed the entire thing with the Colini Pro Protectant Spray, and I thought I had covered it pretty well. The first time I took it out, I hung it on the back of a chair in a restaurant, and some lady or waitress or whatever like almost basically stepped on it, and I was like really nervous, and I checked all over it, and there was like a couple of like tiny marks after that day, but I was able to rub it off pretty easily because I think of the protectant spray, and I just need to continue to check to make sure the bag is in good condition every time after I bring it out. But basically, I had brought this bag out again over the summer, and I threw on a pair of jeans, didn't think too much about it until I got in the car carrying this bag, and I was like, oh my gosh, wait, I'm wearing jeans, what if it rubs up on the bag? And then I was like, oh wait, but it's protected, so I should be fine. So I didn't really think about it for the rest of the day, and then when I got home that night, I was checking the bag, and I definitely noticed the denim blue rubbing off on the bag, especially in the Mona Lisa pocket area, like on the edge right here, and also on the straps. So I'll insert a picture of, what it looked like when I got home, and I was really scared that it would be permanent, but thankfully with some leather conditioner, I think I used like a Cole Haan leather conditioner, I was able to rub off all the blue on the Mona Lisa pocket. So now you can see it's like it wasn't even there. Like I don't even think there's a speck of blue at all. Now the straps were a little bit more difficult to clean, and I know exactly where the blue rubbed off because it was where the leather part of the chain was like started and finished. So it's like where the seam is basically for the leather strap. And basically I wasn't able to get all of the denim color off I think there's still just a little bit of blue left. However, I can't see it right now. It's like maybe a speck like right there on like one of the chain links, so like not too bad. But basically after that experience, I resprayed the back of the bag and the chains, making sure that I got, you know, each and every strap link basically, so I wouldn't have to worry about it as much. But I'm definitely still going to pay attention when I wear denim with this bag. If I ever wear jeans with this bag again, I just have to remember that a little bit more. It was definitely a learning experience for me. You know, like even after spraying it with protectant, I have to be careful. I have to, you know, make sure with this very light colored bag that no color transfer happens to it, and to, you know, try to avoid it as much as possible. So now an update on my Hermes leather Victorine wallet. So I did do a video about this earlier this year, and it was about, you know, how this Hermes patent leather from LV does, like its characteristics, how well it holds up. Now that I've had it for a little bit longer, it's definitely taken more of a beating and there's more wear and tear, and this one is basically ruined forever. But basically, and I'll insert photos. You can see like there's a black mark here and a black mark here and up top here. And then there's a black mark down there. So it's all on the front. There doesn't seem to be any in the back. But basically, I don't know where these black marks came from because I just noticed it one day, and I think it came from my computer cord, which I just, you know, throw in this Valentino bag along with my wallet. You know, they're just all sitting in the middle there. And I think that might be where they came from, but I don't know exactly. And I did try to get the black marks off very gently with some rubbing alcohol, but I didn't want to go too hard because I know that if you really like use really strong like exfoliants or cleaners on patent leather, the shine will go away, and I didn't want that to happen. So I don't even know if my cleaning did anything. I don't think it shrank the size of these black marks at all. But basically now I accept it as part of the wallet. This is my first LV product with Hermes leather, so again, I just take it as a learning opportunity that, you know, this is the way that Hermes behaves, where if you get any kind of dye transfer on it from anything, it's very hard to clean or rub off very nicely. I think it is starting to get a little bit dingy in color, so I don't know if, like, I'll have to research if I'm able to use some leather conditioner to just like make it a little bit brighter pink instead of, you know, getting all the pollutants and stuff that make it a little bit more like gray and get stuck on the surface. But basically, you know, like the black marks are there to stay. If you guys have any tips on what I should try, please let me know. I would love to try it out. But I still love this wallet. It's a great size. I really recommend it. And basically, I take any kind of like imperfection that happens as like the story of my wallet, of my life. And I am, of course, going to try to avoid it getting any worse. So now I do try to keep it in like a separate compartment away from other like black colored things. So, you know, I don't see any more black marks appear, but that is just, you know, how the patent leathers kind of act. So just wanted to give you an update on that. So you guys can avoid the same situation if it happens to you, if you get a Hermes or any other kind of patent leather. I still think the pink is beautiful, so I'm still happy with it. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. Let me know if you have any other specific questions on any of the products that I mentioned or that you've seen in my other videos. Really happy to tell you guys, you know, how they're wearing and tearing. I do try to take good care of my bags, but At the same time, my philosophy is that, they should be used. That's part of what makes them luxury. They add to your life. They shouldn't just like sit on a shelf, and I don't want to baby anything too much and like have anything that's too fussy. So this is, my real life experience. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any tips for me as well. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.